Free my nigga boots. Jaron Ennis just became a free man. Case dismissed. Hua!
Jaron Boots Ennis is a free man. Oh yeah, a free man like Morgan. Jaron Boots Ennis was suing his former promoter, Now Boxing. And now, Jaron Ennis, as I say, he's a free man. The case has officially been dismissed. The two parties have now settled. Jaron Boots Ennis can proceed with his career. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I come to you with some very good news. Jaron Boots Ennis, talented, and I do mean talented. Let me remind you that I was the first person in boxing to compare Jaron Ennis' style very, very early on to Roy Jones Jr., right? And if you followed my channel for any length of time, you will know that Roy Jones Jr. is, to this day, he's one of my favorite fighters ever. I grew up on, yeah, didn't I just say that? There's a taste, sometimes you take something from me, come to get back. You beat me, I say, okay. Yeah, see, good night. I'm still coming to get it back. Pensacola in the house, right? So I've been a long time fan of Roy Jones Jr. And surprisingly, Roy Jones even mirrored these sentiments later on and said that the guy, he was asked like, who reminds you in boxing of you? And he said Jaron Boots Ennis. Definitely high praise from such a legend. So Jaron Ennis is definitely one to watch in the world of boxing. And if you follow my channel, I made a video when this first was announced. Jaron Ennis and his side was suing his late promoter. His promoter recently passed. Rest in peace to Cameron Duncan. And that created some complexities. Jaron Ennis, if you guys watched that first video I did, he was complaining that basically a breach of contract. He wasn't getting the adequate amount of fights as per the contract that was promised to him. It was stated that he was going to fight, I think, 4 times a year. And as the contract wore on year after year, he started fighting fewer and fewer times. And that's where we're at. So I don't know what made that the best time, but right after the founder of the company, Now Boxing Promotions, Cameron Duncan, passed away just recently, and I talked about that as well. He decided to, pounce, and I got to get out of this contract because we don't see eye to eye, basically. So I'm here to give you guys lay update. Ring TV, they were the first to report it. The Ring has confirmed that Jaron Ennis has reached a settlement agreement with a strange promoter, Now Boxing Promotions, again, Cameron Duncan's company. The development comes just 7 weeks after the unbeaten IBF welterweight titleist filed. So this is, I just made the video about it, and 7 weeks later, we already have a resolve, which is, is good because we don't want a guy like Jaron Boots Ennis, as talented as he is, out of the ring any longer, dealing with legalese, right? So the development comes 7 weeks after the IBF welterweight titleist Ennis filed a multi-count lawsuit, breach of contract. Ennis sought relief in excess of $1 million from the case filed with the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania. A settlement hearing was held on Monday before a magistrate judge, Jose Ortega. The matter followed by Tuesday's ruling to close the case, which was ordered by District Judge Michael M. Bailison, and the complaint was dismissed without prejudice. So the two have worked it out, and Jaron Boots Ennis, as I stated in the beginning of this video, like Morgan, he's a free man. So he's able to move how he pleases. Now, I want to get through this other quote. Link will be in the description. Ennis has been ready, willing, and able to participate in the number of bouts specified in the agreement. So basically, Jaron Ennis's team is saying, we were ready to go. You know, you just been stalling us out, having us fight 2 times a year, now 1 time a year, and we were ready to rock. And has made the defendant aware of his willingness. Attorney Arnold Joseph argued on behalf of Jaron Ennis in the February 7th complaint. Quote, to date, defendant has not advised whether Miss Duncan or defendant is a licensed promoter. Plaintiff avers that Miss Duncan has absolutely no experience promoting professional boxing events. Plaintiff's last bout took place July 8th, 2023. The defendant has failed to offer any opportunity since that date. Boom. So what happened is Cameron Duncan, after he passed recently, his daughter took over Now Boxing Promotions. And they're basically saying that she doesn't really have the experience to promote the fight. And even before Mr. Duncan passed, he hadn't fought since the Villa fight. And just so you guys know, that was an awesome fight. Amazing performance by Jaron Boots Ennis. Crazy stuff. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. The Villa perhaps is my favorite Jaron Boots Ennis performance in his career. You know, he has some memorable moments and a lot of highlight reel knockouts. But given how tough Roman Villa was and how he kept coming forward, he was like the Terminator. He just like really wouldn't stop. And he kept coming and coming, pause, no Diddy. But he was relentless. He had a chin. He would not stop. And Jaron had to put in work. And I love fights like that for a guy, youthful guy in his career like Jaron Ennis, because for me, when I look at that, Jaron needs those rounds because he knocked out guys like Clayton, Castillo Clayton. He knocked him out in 1 or 2 rounds. Thomas Delorme, same thing. It was like 1 round. And even the Chris Van Hertien. So that's great to do the Mike Tyson thing, get first round knockouts. But if you're calling out guys like Terrence Crawford, in the past he's called out Errol Spence Jr., you definitely want to go some rounds. So I think that was a great learning fight for him. Also, the fight before that with that Karen dude, because that dude didn't really come to fight. So you had to see some patience and some frustration from Jaron Ennis. So I think developmentally, even though he hasn't, that's why he's suing or was suing, he hasn't been super active. I think his last 2 fights served him very well, but definitely that Villa fight. I mean, he was like fighting in slow motion and then shooting uppercuts and showboating. I mean, he showboats a lot, but I really enjoyed that. That was the deal. I really enjoyed that one. So now it looks like his legal troubles are a thing of the past, which is great news. It's great news for Jaron Ennis. He's a dope fighter. Definitely one to watch. One of my favorites to watch. So I want to see him in the ring. And he hasn't confirmed what his next move is. I mean, this is all breaking news. This is all brand new stuff that Boxing Ego is giving you. So we'll see what his next move is. He has had a partnership. Some people thought he was a PBC fighter previously, but that's not the case. He wasn't actually a PBC fighter, similar to Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia wasn't exclusive to PBC, although he did fight Broner and guys like Errol Spence Jr., Sergey Lipinets on the platform, but he wasn't like exclusive. That's why you seen after the Errol Spence fight, he took some time off and Mikey Garcia fought on DAZN versus Jesse Vargas, because again, he wasn't exclusive. So that's how it was. We'll see what's next. I do recall, however, Bozy Ennis, the dad, father, and trainer of Boots Ennis, and Jaron Ennis, basically they said, We do business with Steven Espinoza. He's been great to us, and we're going to continue doing business with him. And now it comes out that there's a position within PBC that I don't know if it's been official, like actually made official, but basically Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza continue to work together despite the departure of Showtime from boxing. So Espinoza is still working with PBC, and previously the Ennises, they did say they're sticking around with Espinoza. They like how he gets down. He's well scholared. He knows the business. He's eloquent. He's a good dude. He's cool. He like hip hop music and that kind of thing. So he's just a real down to earth dude. And I do recall them saying that they were going to stick around with him. So I'll let Jaron announce it, but it looks like he's probably going to continue to, at the bare bones minimum, do business with PBC, maybe even sign to PBC this time. But again, stay tuned. Same bat station, same bat channel. I will keep you guys updated. So for me, I'm really happy that this was resolved very quickly, because the amount of talent that Jaron Boots Ennis possesses, he doesn't deserve to be on the shelf. And if the contract stated you were going to give him X amount of fights and then you weren't able to do that, then, that's how he found his way out. And now it's on to greener pastures. Now, the other issue is when you are dealing with the guy who's on the up and coming and he's as formidable as Jaron Ennis, I do think there's a lot of guys that don't really want to fight him. So they're saying that there was a purse bid that was avoided. We have to see if Cody Crowley actually signs, because that's the guy that's ranked that should be next for Jaron Boots Ennis. But there is a rumor that Cody Crowley in the past didn't really want no parts of Jaron Ennis and kind of ducked the fight. At least that's what Ennis's team has said. So we'll see what happens. So I don't know who Jaron Ennis will fight next for sure, but as of this recording, it should be Cody Crowley if he signs, based on them avoiding the purse bid. Hopefully they took care of him and, made it work for him so he could take such a dangerous fight and keep his ranking. If not, I don't know. Stanionis is a great fight. Guys like Mario Barrios is a name that's, Jaron Ennis's team has even said, like, hey, we'll probably fight Barrios in 2024. So we'll see what the future holds. Best in the business. Listen, 2024 is going to be a fun ride, and this is the mark of a great thing. Amazon Prime, they just got this new deal that they did with PBC. PBC's first card, Tim Tszyu, great card. Tim Tszyu was supposed to be Keith Thurman. Now it's Sebastian Fundora, Slender Man, Pitbull Cruz, Rolly on the card. That's kicking things off. So likely expect Jaron Boots Ennis on a future card. Let me know what you guys think. Best in the business, and it's not even close.